Hey there, friends. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you all had a nice, enjoyable weekend. It has been just dreary. I don't even remember when I saw the sun the last time. I think was like last Wednesday or something, but what are you going to do? Anyhow, today I wanted to talk about a Raw Vegan Diet 2022, Day 1, weight loss, and more. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down there now and hit that subscribe button. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and come back and check out some more of my content and follow me into the new year. Let's see, what's the date that I'm making this? I think it's the 20th or the 21st today. I don't know the date exactly. And they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you the day these holidays get over. Like right now, there's some little mice scurrying around creating those feasts and those fasts and cleanses and all that kind of stuff. And some sort of program that you do something complicated and you do this first thing in the morning, you do this and you do that and you do the other. And there's a lot of them that are going to be looking for your money come the 1st or 2nd of January. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need any of that. In fact, I don't think a lot of the strategies out there I see are that good for actually getting you to where you want to go. They're good for selling you a program or selling you a fast, but that's just, to me, not the way to go. That's the first thing nothing drastic. If it's your first time watching my channel, I always try to come at things from a rational approach. I always try to, just like, in other words, like, I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in this kind of culty way of doing it. I just believe like solid nutrition, put one foot in front of the other. You start today, you do a little bit better tomorrow, you do a little bit better the next day, and you just kind of keep going forward and you learn along the way, and you keep going forward until you're where you want to be, whether it's fully raw or whether it's 75% raw or however much you want to. Now, let me say too, for the new people in the room, that I always encourage, whether you're raw, fully raw, 50, 75, whatever, the stuff you're not eating raw, if you're not eating everything raw, keep it whole food, plant-based. In other words, don't necessarily fall to all the little products out there and all the processed food out there. Because there's even there's not as much processed raw food, but there is processed stuff out there. So just solid, one foot in front of the other, like I just said. Like the one thing I would totally recommend against is day 1, overcorrecting and doing a juice fast or doing a fast of any sort or doing like some stringent cleanse of any sort. Anything that's going to be restriction, anything that's going to be like that's an overcorrection, because probably like everybody else, most people out there got a little out of control over the holidays. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And that's when you're probably the least chance of being successful by overcorrecting. Like, you don't go from eating like things that's not good for you, things that you shouldn't eat, and especially if you're a beginner, especially if you're just new to this and going to try it for the first time. Like, what do you think the chances of you going from eating holiday food, maybe being overweight, to doing some sort of a fast or doing something to where you go from eating more than what you should have been eating to being hungry every day, or to, even if you're not hungry, if you can eat plenty of food, restricted on what types of food you can eat. So what I say is just like, look for good solid nutrition in 2022. Now, day 1, what would I recommend on day 1? And this is as simple an answer as it's going to get, and I believe in it wholeheartedly. On day 1, the only thing I would really, really worry about doing, whether you do it, you're probably not going to do it on January 1st on a Saturday. Let's say that Monday comes. Monday morning, January 3rd, eat a fruit breakfast. Eat some fruit for breakfast. Go to the store ahead of time. Go to the store, the weekend of New Year's Eve, all that kind of stuff. Have some fruit in the house. You wake up Monday morning and you have that's your objective for the day. You eat a breakfast of fruit. If you need to, make yourself a smoothie. keep it real simple though. I would, and you know what? Later down the line, you can learn other things to put in it, and you can put a lot of different fruits in there. But I would say if you're going to do a smoothie and not just eat some fruit, maybe two fruits, And hey, do the best you can. Like just this morning, I don't get blueberries this time of year, and actually some of the fruit that I am able to get is limited. So I've got frozen blueberries from the store that I've been, God, the last 2 or 3 months, I've been making lots of these just banana and blueberry smoothies in the morning. So that's it. Day number 1, eat fruit for breakfast. And then lunch, you figure it out from there. But like I said, I want to make the assignment just very easy, but I wouldn't recommend eating fruit for breakfast and then saying, hey, that's all that guy said I should do today. And then say lunch, you go out here with your friends to the office, or you do whatever, and you totally blow it. But I would also don't try to be too hard on yourself either. If you could just eat that fruit breakfast and then eat something decent for lunch, eat something decent for dinner, or however you break it up. I don't know a lot of people actually do meals anymore. That would be the absolute best way to start. And then from there, day 1, you've eaten your fruit meal. Just start educating yourself. Start reading a little bit. Start getting yourself some recipes. Recipes are that is the one thing that I am behind on spending some money on this thing for, and that people put out there. You need recipes. Now, yes, if you can't get recipes, is it absolutely 100% necessary to buy a recipe book? No, it's not. I highly recommend them though, because even though you can jump around line and you can write stuff down here and there, you're going to have them all in one place. I like to have, I've got 2 books of Melissa's Raw Food Romance. I don't have every single one, although the recipes are great. I'm just very utilitarian, so I have 2 of them. And the reason I like having that, in addition, I'm not saying don't get other recipes out there, but a lot of times you've got all those recipes in one place. If you're anything like me up until this point, you write down recipes off the internet, or you get them from friends in various groups or whatever, sharing the recipes. And you're always like, okay, where did I put this recipe or that? Hell, I don't even know where all my recipes are. But I do also, on Amazon, I have this book that's for recipes, and it's just set up like that. It's a simple little book. I don't think I have that one in the link below. That's just a food journal in the link below. But I'll get that up after the first year. That's not what I'm talking about. Anywhere, it's just some place you can keep your recipes that you've gotten from other sources all in one place. But get yourself some really tasty recipes, because a lot of times, like some of these creators, especially the ones that focus on nutrition, that's important too, because you'll see a lot of stuff out there on Instagram that looks amazing. The photos look amazing. And I'm sure they taste amazing. I mean, I look at them all the time. I give them a thumbs up. I'm not the food police or one of those that's always like, well, that has that, or that. But that's visual, and that's something that maybe I would have every once in a while. But a lot of these recipes out there, high in fat. Like I've seen recipes out there from one of your favorite recipe creators that I think they've made a little bit of a change, but you used to look at their recipes, and they had they had cashews and other fat all in one recipe. So not all recipes are created equally, but like Melissa's Raw Food Romance, Chris Kendall, The Raw Advantage, and amongst others, you'll find some good recipes out there. With weight loss, that's a thing too. Like also with people just starting on this lifestyle, I don't want people to try to overcorrect that may have been attempting this lifestyle in the past, or may have slidden off a little bit, and maybe they've fallen off and gained weight. And you'll have the big come to Jesus moment January 1st, and like I want to do this and this and this and this, and those resolutions are usually a little ambitious for people. So if you've got weight to lose, even if you've got a lot of weight to lose, think about doing it in a sensible way. Just think about making those changes and sticking to those changes and going, because it never lasts. When people do these, gimmicky things, or, some sort of a program or a feast, or they do a diet, or they try to overcorrect, they're gone by March. By April, they'll be struggling and talking about 2023. So just set yourself a plan. If you've got a lot of weight to lose, think about this. You go into January 1st with 100 pounds to lose. If you just put your head down, ate sensibly, and I guarantee you'd lose a little bit faster than that, especially in the beginning. But if you lost 2 pounds a week, 2 pounds a week by 2023, you'd have dropped that 100 pounds. And if you lost it like that, like I say, probably more realistically, when you change the way you're eating like that, you'd probably lose more the first month and then it would go down a little bit. But if you did something like that, then the weight's going to come off and you're not going to be having all that skin and stuff flopping around there, because the slower you lose, that's losing good, that's losing fat. And it's when you do it too fast, that's when you tend to have issues with the skin and stuff like that too. And like I say, there's nothing wrong with that, because you're doing it to get healthy, and it's not about aesthetics or looks or whatever like that. But you might as well try to do it in the best way possible. And more, like I say, just more of the same old. I encourage people sometimes when they watch my first video to maybe go check out some other videos just to see a little bit what I'm about, because I get questions from time to time, and it's obvious that people have only watched one video, because the things that they're asking are just not in my wheelhouse. In other words, some of the things I just said right there, somebody will actually send me a message and ask me to create something for them or help them in what I've just said right there. And I'm like, that's just not my thing. And there's no judgment there. It's just like, you got to kind of know yourself, and you've got to kind of know how you do things. So I just I think it would be great to get a whole little movement going where we called it, like maybe even somebody start a Facebook group. I'm not going to start a Facebook group, but start a Facebook group called Rational Raw Vegans, where it's not about the woo-woo, and we don't get cult-like, and we're not obsessed all day, every day about everything raw, but where you just it's a bunch of people that are clear thinkers, and they exchange good, solid information on nutrition, on how to do this, and exchange tips on how to succeed. But anyhow, basically what all I'm saying is I'm just going to double down with the same old in 2022, but it'll get you there. Got me there. I was old drunk barbecuing meat and eating fried chicken, all kind of crazy stuff. And I just stepped into it, and it just I started feeding my body, and there was no magic. I just did it day after day after day after day. Made a lot of mistakes. I don't do things the same now that I did in year one, coming up almost 10 years later, but that's okay. You're not going to be perfect. Don't worry about being perfect. Just, like I say, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, one meal at a time, however you have to break it down. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you here at the middle of the week. Peace.